And I'd like to go ahead and call the meeting to order for regular city council meeting for City of Markham, May 6th, 2020. And we can all say the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll have an invocation by Alder Lady McDowell. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
liberty, and
justice,
justice for all.
Lord God, we praise you. We thank you for blessing us to see another day. We ask you, Lord, as we govern this city, come into the city council, give us guidance and directions in the way that we should go to lead this city. Bless each and every elected official that is present on this panel. Give us direction. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Thank you. Anybody that's not speaking, it might be good to kind of keep yourself mute so we can have any noise canceled out until we're going to have to speak and that kind of thing. If you know you're going to anticipate to speak, unmute at that time. It'll kind of make everything kind of smooth for sound. With that, roll call, please.
Alderwoman Hampton. Did you hear me?
Yes, present.
Alderman Jones.
Present.
Alderman Barron.
Present.
Alderwoman McDowell.
Present.
Okay, approval of minutes for regular city council meeting minutes for April 15th, 2020.
Mayor, go ahead.
I make a motion to approve regular city council minute meetings for April 15, 2020.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady McDowell, second by Alderman Barron for approval of minutes, regular city council meeting minutes for April 15, 2020. Question? Roll call?
Alderman Jones. You're on mute. You're on mute, Alderman Jones.
Unmute yourself, Mr. Alderman Jones.
He said he's trying.
Oh, maybe tech support, if you can unmute him, you can go ahead and unmute him.
Is that a yes?
We read lips.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, just nod your head. We can,
Alderman
yeah,
Barron.
there we go. All right. That works in the world of video.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell.
Yes.
Authorization of claims and accounts to bill list.
Yes, Mayor, I make a motion that we accept the authorization of claims and accounts, which read as follows. Corporate, $384,174.62. Water and sewer, $230,797.18. Solid waste, $2,040. Motor fuel, $17,892.24. The David Webb Jr. Senior Living Complex, $9,656.24. The roller rink, $1,612.28. Our zero tolerance, $2,502.85. TIF Dixie Highway, $1,850. The TIF Interstate Crossing I-80, $14,225, which gives us a total of $604,750.41. With our manual checks included, it gives us a grand total of $679,129.95.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron for approval of the bill list authorization claims and account. Question? Roll call.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
No.
and Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Okay. Seeing that we don't have any special presentations, we'll go right into the city attorney's report. I think we've got several items there and some repeat items at most, and we probably should be able to get through them pretty well. So with that, Attorney Miller.
I'm here. Okay. Good afternoon or good evening, everyone. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and members of the public. With respect to the city attorney's report, it appears under 8A through L. With respect to 8A, there's a reproclamation and declaration of local state of emergency. You'll find this in your packet, and this has been continued from time to time at the beginning of our COVID-19 crisis. Mr. Mayor, with respect just to the reproclamation, I don't know if you just want to read a portion of it or if you just want to go ahead and sign it. But basically just as a reproclamation declaration as it states of a local emergency, which you had already done.
Yeah, these are just, we're just re-upping what, what we're doing every couple of weeks as long as the pandemic is in place. So we're able to function in government and give us that flexibility. But no, nothing special to do there other than just read it out, and we'll take motion and vote on it.
Okay. All right. Well, we have a following resolution, but it's up to the
I'll
council.
sign the other, correct. I'm sorry, I'll sign the other.
Right. Okay. So with respect to the reproclamation, if you could just give the yays and nays with respect to seeing it, and I'm going to follow it up with the resolution that's been prepared with respect to this. So we can either do the 8A by itself, or just join it with 8B, because following that is a proposed resolution approving renewal of reproclamation and declaration of local emergency within the city of Markham in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. So you have the resolution, and Madam Clerk, whatever that number happens to be, someone put a motion on the floor with respect to that.
So a quick question for you. So we do not have to actually read the proclamation of the declaration of just the local state of emergency. It's not necessary that we read that part. Is that what you're stating? We can waive the reading to that?
You can, but if someone wants to just generally read it, since we have an audience and people come in from time to time, have not been to City Hall
Yes.
for a while, maybe it's good to, with the mayor's permission, certainly to just read the phrases of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, go ahead. I know that Ross has been exercising this for us. Ross, you want to respond and say anything?
It's a short read. I think we should read that for the public. It's a short read.
Attorney Ross, you can go ahead and speak on that a little bit.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How it works is the reproclamation declaration is what the mayor issues, obviously, and so there's nothing wrong with it. Might as well go in if the mayor would like to read it and read his findings, and basically reincorporates the prior proclamations and declarations, and then what the council's action is obviously the resolution that follows, which is to approve the continuing state. So it's kind of that the mayor can't alone just say there's an emergency forever. It's just the council continues to approve it. So that's kind of the key, how it works together. But yes, the mayor at this point could
Okay, I'll go ahead
to read it. Might as well.
On March 8th.
I mean, I only suggested that because I know we're just still making sure that the citizens of Markham and the public is just still being aware and abreast of exactly what, what's going on, step by step.
as far as the resolution, I'm pretty sure we don't have to go into those details, but just to make sure that our residents get a little update on where we're sitting, to make sure that they understand that we are still following on our gubernatorial reaction.
Okay. The reproclamation declaration of local state of emergency on March 18th, 2020, I, Roderick Powell, Mayor, City of Markham, declared a local state of emergency pursuant to the Illinois Municipal Code 65 ILCS 51116, the Illinois Emergency Management Agency Act 20 ILCS 330511, and Section 38.25, as amended of the City of Markham Code of Ordinances. Said declaration was subsequently extended on March 31st, 2020, due to the continuing nature of the COVID-19 pandemic. So next paragraph just speaks, I declare, as based on the gubernatorial disaster proclamation and any subsequent extensions thereof, the executive orders issued by the governor of the state of Illinois related to the COVID-19 pandemic and all further developments related to the COVID-19 pandemic, that a local state of emergency continues to exist as of this date, April 30th, 2020, and shall continue until such time prescribed by law. The original statement and standards and declaration of the local state of emergency issued March 18, 2020, included all attachments and exhibits and any resolution, reproclamation, and declarations of local state of emergency, and hereby readopted, incorporated herein the reference. The local state of emergency reproclaimed herein shall be continuous effect for the next 30 days, subject to reapproval to the City Council and regular meeting of the City Council prior to its expiration, or unless further action is taken by the City Council or myself. I further find that all standards prescribed in the local ordinance as amended, allowing me to continue to declare a state of emergency, have been met, including the recitals of the Illinois gubernatorial disaster proclamation and any amendments or extensions made thereto. During the existence of the local state of emergency, I shall execute such authority as provided under the Illinois Municipal Code and the Illinois Emergency Management Agency Act and Section 3825 as amended the Markham Code of Ordinances. The reproclamation and declaration of a local state of emergency shall be filed with the city clerk as soon as possible. I, Roderick Powell, whose name is signed as an instrument, being first duly sworn, signed to execute the instrument of reproclamation and declaration, local state of emergency, that I signed willingly and I executed as my free voluntary act for the purposes therein expressed. Mayor Roderick Powell, City of Markham. So I'll make sure we get this signed and we can move to the next, just authorizing the signature along with the resolution then.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate that so much. So we're going to move forward to the resolution now?
That is correct. All right.
Okay.
Next, we have under 8B, a proposed resolution approving renewal of reproclamation and declaration of local emergency within the City of Markham in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, Mayor, I make a motion that we waive the reading to resolution number 20R, and I believe this will be resolution number 593. And a resolution approving renewal of reproclamations and declarations of the local emergency within the City of Markham in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Second.
Thank you.
All right, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulty. I apologize.
That's okay. We like you muted because you got that background noise. So,
All right.
so that's good.
Thank you.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Jones, for a resolution approving renewal of reproclamation declaration of local emergency within the city of Markham in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mayor, I make a motion that we adopt resolution number 20-R-593, a resolution approving renewal of reproclamation and declaration of the local emergency within the city of Markham in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Second, but I think we lost Baron.
No, he's still there. He just don't have any video going. So.
No, I don't.
Well, you got to hit video, not unless you got video. I got mine ain't working right. So.
But you can still hear everything, correct, Baron?
Well,
So
wait a
motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Jones to adopt resolution approving renewal reproclamation of declaration local emergency within the city of Markham in response to COVID-19 pandemic. Question? Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Okay, next we have under 8C, a proposed resolution continuing and renewing authorized modifications to the city of Markham City Council meetings occurring during the COVID-19 pandemic.
This one's kind of self-explanatory. So basically, Attorney, what you stated on this here particular resolution is that as long as we're continuing with the pandemic and we still have to practice social distancing, that we will actually still continue our city council meetings via virtual.
That is correct. And certainly the rules that are connected therewith, and you'll notice under section B, page 3, county cover page lays out all of the requirements with respect to how we've been doing things and how things will continue here after the passage of this resolution.
All right.
Or section C.
I'm sorry.
Also,
I'm sorry. Council, I make a motion that we waive the reading to resolution number 20R. This will be 594. A resolution continuing and renewing authorized modifications to the Markham City Council meetings occurring during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron, for a resolution continuing and renewing authorized modification of City of Markham City Council meetings occurring during COVID-19 pandemic. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mayor, I make a motion that we adopt resolution number 20-R-594, a resolution continuing and renewing authorized modifications to the City of Markham council meeting occurring during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron, to adopt resolution continuing and renewing authorized modifications of City of Markham City Council meetings occurring during COVID-19 pandemic. Question? Roll call?
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Next, we have under 8D, a proposed ordinance requiring mandatory face coverings in certain public places within the city of Markham during the local state of emergency period due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Mayor, is it safe to say as well on this here particular ordinance number as well, Still following under the jurisdiction of our governor, that he's requiring that we all in the state of Illinois wear face coverings within this parameter.
Yeah, I would say that we're pretty much following suit, and that was kind of the intent of us locally here to kind of go in order of what the state's action is and what the governor's doing. I know that many municipalities have gotten out and done this prior, which is good. I think that we're just as timely, and we'll make sure that we try to work with citizens, residents, businesses, etc., to try and work with this wherever we can. So
Yes.
I would think you're totally right. We're staying in line with what the state's doing in this regard, and I think we have a couple of other caveats that we can try and do locally as well to make it better. So in the ordinance.
Question. Now, what is the fines or penalties for not wearing a mask?
Well, I think that.
We'll take a, Mr. Mayor, if I may.
Yeah.
Okay, not to interrupt. Alderman Jones, take a look at section 5, violations, which would be on page 6 of the ordinance, of the proposed ordinance. And it talks about the fine guilty of the offense and the punishment shall be with respect to Title 13 of our Code of Ordinances. There may be directives issued, maybe warnings, but specifically under Section 5 talks about the possibility of any action against an individual who is not in compliance.
Right, because my only concern, especially with our own residents, that some of them can't get hands, hold on to a mask, or they don't have access to a mask. I mean, I appreciate what you did on May 1st, where you was giving out masks, and I appreciate Jennifer herself, her office, for handing out masks, but some people can't have access to masks. So, I mean, I don't want to put no due stress on a person who can't get a mask, saying they can't enter into a facility.
Yeah, we won't stress it. The officers and staff will have to use some discretion about whether it's a blatant offense and things of that sort. And I think that we're getting supplies of masks every day from all over now. I think that just as we're finding out that the emergency rooms weren't overcrowded like they anticipated around the country, except certain places, but mostly it's not as bad as we thought in that regard. But we'll certainly have discretion about it. Again, it's coming. We're doing some things locally, but it's still becoming a requirement just about anywhere because of the state level push on.
So, Mayor, you think it may be possible in the future that maybe the city of Markham can purchase masks and give them out maybe at a discounted price for half price? I know they sell them for like $1.50. Maybe we can get them out for 75 cents, like we do the leaves. Where we get the leaf bags out for a discounted price. Is that something we can consider?
Anything that you all want as a council, sure. I mean, I think we should do what we can for the residents to try and help them. Sure.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So we can talk about it. Alderman, why don't you and I sidebar or something and get with the rest of the board and come up with a plan to try and deal with it. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Mayor, I make a motion to waive the reading for ordinance number 20-0-595, requiring mandatory face covering in certain public places within the city of Markham during the local state of emergency period to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay, wait, we want this an ordinance. This is an ordinance. Yes. Ordinance 2263, Alderman. This is an ordinance.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Ordinance, not resolution.
Okay, ordinance number 2263. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
I second.
Okay, motion by Alderlady McDowell, second by Alderlady Hampton to waive reading of ordinance requiring mandatory face coverings in certain public places within the city of Markham during local state of emergency period due to COVID-19 pandemic. All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 20-0-2263, requiring mandatory face covering in certain places within the city of Markham during the local state of emergency period due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Second.
Okay. Motion by Alderlady McDowell, second by Alderlady Hampton, for approval to adopt an ordinance requiring mandatory face covering in certain public places within the city of Markham during the local state of emergency period due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Question? Roll call?
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell.
Yes.
All right, next we have under 8E, proposed ordinance amending Chapter 116, Merchants Providing Services of Title 11, Business Regulations of the Code of Markham to prohibit sales of single cigarettes.
Mayor, I have a question. In reference to this ordinance, we already had one on the books as well. So will we just be amending this particular ordinance?
I think, I'm not thinking that I don't think we had one that was as descriptive as this as far as single cigarettes. I'm not certain. Is there something I'm missing, attorney or clerk, either one?
I think it is because what you're addressing is just the single or loose cigarettes. I don't think we've ever had that. Obviously, we've had that problem before, but I don't know if it's been addressed in this particular manner.
Yeah, I didn't think, at least, old lady, I didn't think wasn't positive, but I thought we didn't have anything for single cigarettes.
Okay.
Because we had something like, I think I may have spoke to you about where we had some tobacco problems and we dealt with them with the county and things like that, and we applied some tickets.
We used to use the state law.
Correct.
And
right. Primarily we do, but I know that we've got some things that we did locally. I think we wrote some tickets when we had something happen here recently. We did some local application to what happened in a couple of our businesses. So, but either way, this will stop what some of the issues we're having with the service stations and some of the liquor stores.
Question.
Yes.
Does this also include blunts? You know, they sell those individually. I know it's legal now to smoke marijuana, but I'm just concerned.
I don't think you can. This wouldn't speak to that. I think any type of tobacco or cigarettes would have to be tobacco. I mean, it would do something maybe to some of those things that they load these things with that might have something to do with that. But I think we could use it. It could be interchangeable, but we may have to get more specific if somebody argues about it. But I think,
well, you do have listed under 115.113A. It talks about single or loose sale not contained within a sealed container. Now, some of those items may be already in a sealed container individually, but cigarettes are not generally coming in a in a single packet. So this addresses those individuals who come in and let's say there's a pack that costs $10. You've got the individual who's selling them $2 a piece. So not only is he making profit, but he's cheating on taxes to some degree because now he's able to pay the tax, but put the rest basically in his pocket as profit. But in terms of what you're talking about, Alderman, I don't think those items come in sold singly. I mean, they're already in a package.
It makes sense. You're right.
I'm saying, say it again.
You're right.
Yeah.
Now think about it. That's good.
Right.
You know, so my next question: the smoked cigarettes, is it 18 or is it 21 now?
it's
21. to 21 for Illinois. Did they raise it to
By
21?
law.
Yeah, by
Yes.
law, it's 21 now.
If you look at section 115111, it says under the age of 18, any person under the age of 18,
Mm-hmm.
sales to minors. Should we change that also?
Yes.
I think if it's 21, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it definitely should. Ross, are
It
you
says
there?
18 years.
So
Do you see
if I'm
that?
not
Yeah.
mistaken, I do believe they increased the age to 21. So I don't know.
You have
Can
to
we check
declare
that
it.
out first? Can we get clarity?
You have to declare it. They have a tobacco 21 law. You can declare. Is that right, Ross?
Correct. And
Right.
so I think you have to, if we wanted to raise it, we would just change it. And that's, you know.
So we can't change it here?
So it's not.
It-
So it's not a state law for 21.
I thought it
I thought it was a state law.
I believe
for
it is a
21.
state, yeah.
If you look at section 115,
111.
it says 18.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but you can raise it
Right.
to 21.
So can I do that with this, or is it okay for me to do it
I
with
think
this?
you can do it with this. If I'm not mistaken, if we're still declaring it, I don't see.
That's my question.
I think you can.
Right,
I'm
just
not a
with
lawyer.
the amendment.
I think it
believe-
would be proper if there was a motion to amend the proposed ordinance as
Correct.
presented to include that change. I don't see anything. It's, you know, it's on the agenda, and the title of the ordinance is pretty, you know, relates to the section. So unless Attorney Miller disagrees, I think you could raise it right now.
I do. I think
So do we have to amend it first and then waive the reading?
correct.
We have to waive first, then waive the reading. Okay. All right, Mayor, I make a motion that we amend ordinance number, this will be 2264, section 115.111, sales to minor. It should read, no person shall sell, give away, or offer to sell or give away any cigars, cigarettes, tobacco, or cigarette wrappers to any person under the age of 21, which is the section that we're amending from 18 to 21.
second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron to amend ordinance for amending Chapter 116 of Merchant Providing Services in Title 13, or the Title 11, regular business regulations of Code of Markham to prohibit sales of single cigarettes.
Mayor, I make a motion now that we waive the reading of ordinance number 2264, an ordinance amending chapter 116, merchants providing services of Title 9. That's 11. I'm sorry, 9. That's 11 or 9? That's
11.
11. That's 11. Now, if the one was in the front,
It's 9.
it would be 9. Absolutely. Okay, thank you, lady and gents. Appreciate that. Business regulations of the Code of Markham to prohibit sales of single cigarettes.
Second.
Okay, just bear with me a second, because the first thing that I said something about a minute, I got a motion in a second. I'm a little confused. We didn't do anything but jump right into it. Were we supposed to take a roll or anything?
Yeah, we needed a vote on the first motion.
Right on the first one. So that's to waive or to just, we gonna say yay or nay?
That
Well,
was
the
the
first-
amendment.
The first motion was to amend, so I'm gonna recommend a roll just in case somebody doesn't agree.
Right. Okay, good. So let's do roll call on the First Amendment that she called out as according to the age change.
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Did we lose her?
She said yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay, now we can move to the,
The waiving of the reading could be a voice vote.
okay. So all in favor?
Aye.
Yes. Aye.
All right, very good.
And Mayor, I make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 2264, an ordinance amendment chapter 116, merchants providing services of title 11, business regulations of the Code of Markham to prohibit sales of single cigarettes.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron to adopt ordinance amending Chapter 116, merchants providing services of Title 11, business regulations of the Code of Markham to prohibit sales of single cigarettes. Question? Roll call.
Mr. Mayor, just there may be want to include in the motion to say as amended to reflect that.
Thank you, Attorney. As amended. Now then we'll go to question. Roll call.
Alderwoman McDowell.
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
Yes.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
And okay, with that, let me just say thank you, City Council. I have to tell you honestly, I was looking to do Tobacco 21 a long time ago. So all of you, thank you. Because when we had that issue before with the tobacco store, I was looking to do it then. I think some of you all went to the municipal league and saw that they were kind of pushing that back then too. And so that's good. So thank you, City Council.
No problem. When I saw that, I had to say something. So yeah, I was like, let me ask something. Let me ask that question right quick.
We're going to have a couple upset kids that they got to smoke somewhere else, but, you know, for our health, you know.
Good.
All right. Okay, Attorney, we're moving on.
Okay, let me just go back. Attorney Seckler, are you on the line?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you a quick question. Going back, we're talking about Chapter 116. Would that be 115, the merchants providing products rather than providing service? Is that the reason for that distinction? I just noticed that we're saying 116 as opposed to 115. Is that? Because
I am not, yeah.
So we're actually amending 115, adding 115.113. So maybe that should read 115 rather than 116. Would you think so?
Yes, I think so. I think that is just, it just got it off from.
Just typo. Okay. All right, Madam Clerk, could we correct that just for the record? Make that chapter 115. 115 rather than 116. That's the following chapter.
Which makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it should be merchants providing products rather than services. So just changing the word services to products in chapter to 115. Just so it's clear on its face. I think change it right on the ordinance itself. Madam Clerk, do you think it's necessary to just ask for a vote on that, just to make sure we're clear?
Which section is that again, Attorney? I'm sorry.
Okay. Rather than, okay, chapter 116, I think that should read chapter 115. And the title should be merchants providing products rather than merchants providing services. Because we actually have a 116, which is following that. So the reference to
the actual sections in there on that are the amendments are correct. The section 115.113 and the section, but the reference in the title is to 116, and that is off.
Right. So if we could just change it to 115 and the language that says merchants providing services, just change it to merchants providing products. And that would be it. You agree, Council?
Yes, products. products?
Yes, merchants providing products. And then the chapter 150.
We're specifically speaking of cigarette, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Actually, it would include tobacco products too.
Tobacco products.
You're right.
That's what I said. Yeah, tobacco products. Yes, okay, yes. Tobacco products, yes.
Okay, are we moving along here? What
Yes. Are we
Yes.
okay? Are we okay with that change? Just that
Yes.
clerk can just make that as a scrivener's error and change that?
Yes.
Okay, all right, good enough. Next, moving on. Under 8F, we have a proposed ordinance approving the adoption of 2015 International Existing Building Code and 2015 International Fire Code. I had delivered to you as a complement to what we had passed just a couple of weeks ago. If you recall, we had at least 4 codes that were actually adopted, part of ordinance passed on March 4th, 2020, noted as 20-0-2250. And the title was an ordinance approving the adoption of the 2015 Building Code, 2015 International Mechanical Code, 2018 International Fuel Gas Code, and 2017 National Electrical Code. And those were all passed in order to update and bring us current with respect to those particular codes. There were 2 others that we did not have that I'm suggesting that we add to that so that everything is current and up to date. With respect to the fire code, the 1960 edition is actually what we have as of record, and we did not have anything with respect to the International Existing Building Code of 2015. So we need to add that to our library of codes such that we're as up to date as we can be with those items. And certainly this becomes important with the building of the structure and all the related structures connected with the I-294 project. So this is in keeping with that and development that we have, again, so that we're current as we can be with respect to our codes.
Attorney, you stated that
Yeah.
we had passed these particular ordinances in March.
Yeah, right. In March, you passed 4 of them, but these are 2 additional ones. So if you take a look at the caption, my first sentence there, which says, whereas on March 4th.
I'm sorry. I think I'm a little confused here. Are you asking us to go back on those particular packets that we previously looked at? Because I don't have anything in front of me in reference to what you're speaking of at this moment.
Okay, I emailed it to you, so I don't know if you got a chance to get it.
Hey, I have to do better. I have to do better.
So yeah, what happened?
I was just there.
And I'm just asking that you pass 2 more so that all 6 new codes that are incorporated by reference into our code book.
Oh,
so
okay.
This way we're as current as we can be.
Okay, okay. You emailed him. Oh, got caught off guard. All right.
Mayor Ed Pop,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the 48-hour reading of ordinance number 20-0-265, an ordinance approving the adoption of the 2015 International Existing Building Code and the 2015 International Fire Code.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady McDowell to waive the reading for ordinance approving the adoption of the 2015 International Existing Building Code and the 2015 International Fire Code. All in favor?
Aye.
Mayor Ed Powell, I make a motion for approval of ordinance number 20-0-265, an ordinance approving the adoption of the 2015 International Existing Building Code and the 2015 International Fire Code.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady McDowell, for an ordinance to approving the adoption of the 2015 International Existing Building Code and the 2015 International Fire Code.
I'm sorry, what ordinance number would this be again? I'm sorry.
2265.
2265. Okay, thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it?
Yes, it is.
I made a mistake.
Yes, 2265. We'll
So
make that correction, Baron.
Okay, let's start all over. I will make a motion for approval of ordinance number 20-0-2265, an ordinance approving the adoption of the 2015 International Existing Building Code and the 2015 International Fire Code.
Second.
Motion by, so are we, we're adopting now, correct? Okay, motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady McDowell. Approval of ordinance adopting the 2015 International Existing Building Code and the 2015 International Fire Code. Question?
They don't have to waive the reading?
We already did.
We did.
But we have to waive the reading with the correct code. We have to waive the reading with the correct ordinance number. It wasn't waived with the correct ordinance number.
Oh.
I make a motion that we waive the 48-hour reading of ordinance number 20-0-2265, an ordinance approving the adoption of the 2015 International Existing Building Code and the 2015 International Fire Code.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderlady McDowell, to waive the reading of ordinance approving adoption of the 2015 International Existing Code and the 2015 International Fire Code. All in favor?
Aye.
Jennifer, do I need to read it for approval again?
No, because you really already have the motion on the floor.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
We just
So,
need to do the
motion
roll
by,
call.
yeah, okay. So if on the adoption of the ordinance, can we have a roll call, please?
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Okay, next under 8G, we have a proposed resolution concerning the purchase of a public works vehicle for the City of Markham Department of Public Works from the Village of New Lenox. And if you'll see a note here, I attached the letter of agreement with the City of Markham, as well as the resolution authorizing the execution with the City of Markham from the Village of New Lenox. This is for the purchase of a 2007 International 7400 with plow, VIN numbers included, and the price is listed at $20,000.
Okay.
Mayor
Just
Akawa,
go right ahead.
But
make a motion that we waive.
One moment, Mr. Barron, one moment, please. I just have a quick question for the mayor. Mayor, approximately how many more vehicles do you think we need for Public Works? Do you think we're pretty well settled with Public Works as far as our vehicles moving forward?
Yeah, I think that, you know, this is going to really, obviously used vehicle, but used for some communities to us is pretty good and saves us money. And I think it puts us in a good position for the next couple of winters. We should be very stable. So gives us a chance to deal with some of the budgetary restraints and issues that we're going to face, obviously, through the pandemic. And this will come out of motor fuel tax, and that's what that money is for, and to keep the roads up. So so I think it's a good price. Should put the fleet in good place. So we've done some great improvements over in Public Works.
All right, so these funds will be coming from the motor fuel
Correct.
tax. Okay, yes, okay.
now, is this a diesel or gas?
As far as I know, they're diesel. Most of those big vehicles, they're diesels. Big
Okay.
diesel motors.
Okay.
They better not put gas in it.
Now, how many miles are on it?
I don't know if it states on here, but most of them have been reasonable. I think it goes by miles and service hours. That's kind of how they rate them a little bit.
And the superintendent went and looked at it and said it was like the truck almost looked like it was new.
Most of them have been, counsel. I have to tell you all as a whole, these vehicles have been just really immaculate vehicles. But that's because they have a capital improvement program. It's not like they're not. I would not accuse them of not working over there. It's just that they turn the vehicles over on a regular basis.
It comes with a service record as well, correct, Mayor?
Yeah, they've got all their data together because they do it on a routine. So we got records with every vehicle.
We're not for sure approximately how many miles is on this particular vehicle.
No, I did see something, and I don't recall what the miles were.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we had a professional approval to state that this vehicle is operative and it will serve our purpose.
Yeah, just same as we did the other ones. We went out there and took them through a review with their mechanic, our mechanics, and they've got certified things that they do to them out there because they wouldn't even release any of their vehicles until they got their other ones in and had them go through a routine, and then they're ready to move them on.
All right, Mayor, I make a motion that we waive the reading on resolution number 20R5. This would be 595. A resolution concerning the purchase of a public works vehicle for the city of Markham, Department of Public Works from the village of New Lenox.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Jones to waive reading for resolution concerning purchase of a public works vehicle for the city of Markham, Department of Public Works from the village of New Lenox. All in favor?
Aye. Mayor, I make a motion that we adopt resolution number 20R like in Robert 595, a resolution concerning the purchase of a public works vehicle for the city of Markham, Department of Public Works from the village of New Lenox.
Second.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Jones to adopt resolution concerning the purchase of a public works vehicle for the city of Markham, Department of Public Works from the village of New Lenox. Question? Roll call.
Alderman Barron.
Yes.
Alderwoman McDowell.
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
Yes.
Alderwoman Hampton.
Yes.
Next, we have under 8H, an insurance matter with respect to Roman numeral 1, group renewal. In your packet, there is a set of documents entitled a renewal for City of Markham, United Healthcare, issued June of 2018 and issued in April 15th of 2020. Looks like there's another one, March 27th, 2020 as well in here. So, Mr. Mayor, list.
Okay, I know that most of you have had some time to review your package of information, and we have our broker of record with our who helps take care of our insurance. He's a carrier for health insurance, and we're here at renewal. And obviously, you've all had time to review it, and you might want to, if you have a question or two of them, if you got any additional questions, we could take a moment, open the floor to Mr. Gilmore if there's a question about anything he's going to provide.
I've had the opportunity to actually speak with Mr. Gilmore in reference to our renewal of the insurances, and I'm okay. No questions.
Okay. Then we'll wait till we'll go ahead and take a motion to approve. I would hope, because I know one thing that I thought about, and certainly in this time of what we're going through, we certainly don't want to not deal with this and have it in place for the employees.
Mayor Powell,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the renewal from United Healthcare as proposed.
And can we also state in that proposal as well, just the specific intricates, vision, dental, life, and short-term disability? Can we just specifically say what we're renewing on?
It's all covered under the health insurance program.
When you say propose, that will cover it.
Okay, that'll cover it? Okay.
I would think so, but
okay.
We can still say health, dental, and what's the other?
Okay. It will cover everything, Baron?
Plus, I'm sure as soon as
excuse me one second, Alderman. One of you're going to have to mute because you're getting a lot of public people that are saying they can't hear. There's a lot of TV noise in the background, or telephone. I mean, or radio. They got a radio going or something. So please, if you're not talking, go ahead and mute. I've had a lot of people that hit me on my phone while we were going here. So just want to let you know. Okay, I'm sorry, Alderman.
Okay, I was going to say that I'm sure that when we do, hopefully we're able to do a renewal with the employees at City Hall, but right now we may have to do it online.
Oh, yeah, I think that is something Mr. Gilmore is pretty familiar with and can do for us, and I think he's expressed that with a couple of the council members as well, Alderman.
Yeah, I did. I spoke to him, and
good, okay.
It just depends on what happens and when they can allow people to get together as a group.
Okay, so did we have a second for Mr. Gilmore's proposal tonight?
A second.
Okay, motion.